No, you still hadn't. It's still blue. Oh, well, yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so.
Whoa! Boy, imagine that.
We tried, what, for 15 minutes?
I don't know, guys. We got a lot of weather coming in here. Everything. It just.
That's too little. That's gotta be bigger.
Okay, you want that bigger?
Yeah, the screen's too small.
Screen's too small. How about we do this right here?
Make it bigger. Well, we can see. I can't
How's
read.
that?
Hello, everybody.
Is that better?
That's much better. You can drag it on down. It might make it a little. He's making the words where I can read them.
I'm trying to stretch the screen out where she can see. I can't see them anyway, so it don't matter.
I see lots and lots of people.
Hello, Miss Lippy and Miss Jennifer and all you good people out there. Mama Tried, Sharon, Lake Effect,
Lou,
Kathy, Crispy, Melody, Lisa. Boy, it's rolling now. Rita, Buckeye Girl.
Gail,
okay.
Jackie,
all
Jan. Right. Lots and lots
Mr.
and lots.
Mr. Buddy, jumping in here right at the last moment. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Buddy.
And Miss Jan coming in here from down south down there. Miss Becky. Oh, we got a message already held in review.
It should be hit show.
No, look at that. Why would they want to do that? I ain't that fast. Come on.
Show it. Come on. Okay.
There we go.
Your life depends on it. Yep, that's it.
Ms. Lippy said, y'all got to teach me to make big words. Ms. Lippy, don't get too educated on me now.
All right, guys.
All right, just learn how to spell Wisconsin. That's a big old word.
Well,
they got 7 inches of snow last night and today.
Wow.
We got Alicia from Charleston, South Carolina. Nicole from Tucson. I'm guessing that's Arizona.
All right, guys. So
and from England. Smiley from England.
England?
Wow. Whoa. And Barbara from Virginia. Barbara, we're praying for you up there.
Yes.
Especially for Monday. If you're over on my Patreon, you know what I'm talking about.
And we had somebody from Australia, but they had to go because it's actually time to get out in the garden.
Yeah, they had to get out and go to work.
They're different from us.
Yeah. I see the Stivers in here somewhere. Where
Zimbabwe.
was it at?
I saw Zimbabwe right there. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah. What else have we got going on?
Oh, there's another one. Juanita from South Central Virginia. Guys, I talk about Virginia over on my Patreon. If you're not over there, whoo! I tell you what.
It's a rainy night in Georgia.
I read your senator's last post over there. Just
well, it ain't her last. It was yesterday.
Well, it was yesterday. So the last one that I seen anyway.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe. Woo! In the house. Okay. Got people all the way from over toward Africa.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're done.
Guys, we're
done.
We're in the prepper mode tonight. Look, it's the end of the world. Not really, but we like to think that we're getting ready for it anyway.
No, we just prepare for an LCE.
We prepare for the worst, and we hope for the best.
Yes. And
Wanda and I got to show this. Well, I don't know. Let's do it. You got any pictures?
No. We can go ahead with this. We'll talk about pictures later.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We're going to forget. You watch.
It don't matter.
Guys, I'm going to show you. This is what went. Let me see if I can get squared.
I'm hooked on this book.
There's one that's hooked on this book. And we're actually working with the author right now. As many of y'all may know, Mr. Ron Foster. There's a lot of people out there that like to read. Now, I'm one of them. Ms. Wanda's one of them. We like a good fiction book.
And I like funny.
We like funny. But we have found an author that has fiction books that deal and teach real life situations. And that's Mr. Ron Foster. He does a fantastic job. He's got, what, 60-something books out, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Over 60-something books out. And he sent us some. We're reading them. But this particular one right here just caught our eye. Now I want you to look at it.
I'm sorry, you can't help but just look at it.
You got to look at it just because of the title. You just got to look at it.
The guy on the front.
And the guy on the front. Hold on, I'm not ready to show it yet. And the title is so intriguing, but when you get into the book, of course, the sad part for me is I already know most of this stuff, but when I got into the book and got to reading it, it still drew me into it. Just simply,
you read for a while.
I fell asleep while I go reading in it because
that's not a good review for a book.
No, but I mean, I couldn't put it down. I could not put this book down, even though I knew what he was talking about.
You were reminiscing.
I was reminiscing, and I just like, yeah. Well, anyway.
Okay, this is what we do. We go back and forth.
This is what we do. Okay.
You gonna show him the
book?
There's
Mr. Prepstetter Bob's on him.
Hey, Bob. How are you? Show him the book.
Oh, okay. Here we go, guys. Now, don't get too tickled, okay? Just don't. The title will like screw with your head, but it's really a good book. Okay, here we go. Look at this. I want you to look at this man.
Keep him even.
I got him even there. You see this old guy? He kind of reminds me of somebody. Ain't that right, Bob? Put a hat on Bob. Bob might even look like that. But this is Old Fart's Survival Guide. See the thumbnail tonight? I wanted to put on the thumbnail tonight, and Miss Wanda would not let me.
No, you want the title.
I wanted the title of the thing, and me and Miss Wanda to be in it, reading this book, and I wanted to put the title up saying Two Old Farts. But she just wouldn't do it. I couldn't get her to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this woman. I'm trying to help out, and it just wouldn't work.
We would have got a lot of views.
We probably would have got a lot of views.
And I might have to go back and change the title just because.
Two Family Homestead says we're old farts.
Daryl, put a hat on your head. Do you look like this?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. But guys, this is a fantastic book. Ron Foster has wrote some of the best books I think I've read. Now, we got a whole bunch of them here. Some of them are just series. Look, see all these books?
I just did a review on this one.
That one right there now. This is a fiction book. It'll turn the hair on the back of your neck up.
I love it. I've been reading it, and I did a review on Crazy Days. So you guys go over Crazy Days. You're hooked from the first page. I'm sorry. And you are laughing at times. Sometimes you're kind of on edge.
Yep.
It's kind of one of those things that I just got hooked in. And we're going to do a giveaway one of his books in a little while. So y'all stick with us. You got to be in the chat to do.
See, this is the 2 fart, this is Old Fart Survival Guide. But this is the kind of stuff that's in it here. Water purification. Tells you how to purify your water. I mean, look at this. Look at this water filtration system they got there. It tells you how to filter your water with a tripod system. You know, just all kinds of stuff. It's got all kinds of snares.
Danny was into the fishing thing.
I was into the fishing thing, and I told her, I said, you know what? When I used to trap, I used to do that when I fished.
Yeah.
See, it's even got. There's what I was talking about. Survival, fishing. There's a way to fish and survive.
Lots of ways, obviously.
Lots of ways.
So this is the deal with this book. I want to read y'all something. Where was it?
I don't know. I give up.
Okay. He wrote, I swear sometimes I feel like I'm trying to learn and remember stuff I did for fun as a kid, but forgot about some days. You see, as a kid, you have nothing much but what's in his pockets and what he has learned by observation of nature and the woods to depend on and to be confident in. So that's where this one was getting hooked.
Yep. It took me back to my younger years when I used to live in the woods back and trapping and all that kind of stuff. I just reminisced and I just got lost in it, you know. We've got soft as a nation.
I almost said we got hold of her husband's picture for the thumb for this.
Oh no.
Your husband looks like that. Okay.
Okay.
That's funny. Well, I told you on the Crazy Days thing, Ron, when you read the book, like I read Prepper's Road March on the longest walk. That's the first in a series he has. You know people that act like what he meets. You know people like him. You know people that he meets along the way. And you can't help but laugh because you start seeing people you know and you start placing their personalities into the book.
Yeah.
It's just really funny.
I just like a good book. I can't help it. You can give me a fire in the fireplace, and on a cold day where it's drizzling and raining outside, and give me a good book. I'm gonna read a while. I'm gonna sleep a while. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna read a while. I'm gonna sleep a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I am. And when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming about what I read.
And Richard asked the question, can we go back to living in the woods? Now, Ron tells in this book, he said for most people not to bug out to the woods. He said basically you shouldn't unless you know what you're doing because most people gonna die if they head out to the woods.
If you've got any age on you, let me just go ahead and say this. I might as well just go ahead and say it. If you've got any age on you, there ain't no sense in preparing on bugging out because you're not gonna make it. Okay?
Yeah.
If you're young, you might make it.
Lou's reading one. Good.
you probably won't make it if you're young unless you're very physically fit and been trained and you know what you're doing. But if you're old, like Wanda and me, there ain't no need even trying because you probably not. I mean, I could probably make it, but I don't know why I would want to. I could probably last just as long here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we went out into the woods, I know for certain that at night when I have to lay down and it's cold and damp, even though it's middle of summer or whatever, and if it's wintertime, I know I ain't making it. But in the summertime, even when you lay on the ground on just a small blanket or something, it is cold and damp. I've been camping. I don't like it. And so I know I would have a hard time surviving.
Oh, I slept out on bare ground. My daddy used to tell me, so that boy could sleep in the middle of a blacktop road.
But we would have trouble now at our age.
Oh, I would.
Because you get cold really easily.
Yeah,
so with your physical condition, you would not be able to survive sleeping.
It would be tough on me now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not 10-foot tall and bulletproof anymore. So.
Nope, you're not.
No.
Where do you get his books? Okay, I will have links in the description. I don't know if it's in there right this minute because I did not get them done, but they are on Amazon. And it's Ron Foster. When you click on Amazon, you should be able to click on Ron. Oh, Gemini's putting up this one. Gemini's putting up this one.
And you see, Florida Homesteader has it right. If you think you're in a place that you might need to bug out of, you're probably living in the wrong place to start with, so you might want to go ahead and move now.
Yeah, that's probably true. And so most of the time, Danny and I talk about learning to garden in place or prepare in place or whatever, because that's what we have to do. Until God tells us we have to move, we have to stay here.
Yes.
And so we are making this our home. We have been since I got here. He was before I was here. And if God told us to move, hey, we'd be out of here, I guess. But for now, this is where we're at. So I know many of you can't just up and move. So you have to make provisions for what you're doing now.
Yeah.
And that's where some of these books come in handy, is just having some little common knowledge about using the things that are in your house already. Or if you have a little money, buying up some in advance, you know. But most of the stuff he has in here, you already have on your person or in your house or in your garage.
Yeah.
And you can survive without fancy stuff. That's the whole, I guess, the whole purpose of this book, right?
It is. Yeah, the whole purpose of this book is surviving where you're at, really not trying to get off.
And not having all the fancy gadgets.
Yep. I mean, he's telling you how to do it from scratch, literally from scratch.
Now, he tells you about all the fancy gadgets.
Oh, he does. He talks about them.
And he talks about them, but he also tells you, he gives you both sides of it, I guess you would say. Yeah. So you can buy all the gadgets or you can learn to do it the cheap way.
Yeah, you can. If you don't have money, he shows you how to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, Ron does a great job with these fiction books, and you learn a lot from them because he has a way of breaking them down into real life stories, and they actually teach you the truth. It's not like it's something that can't be accomplished out there. It's not, you know, it's really good books. I mean, Ron and I have been talking a lot here lately. Wanda and him have been talking a lot. And plus, we're actually working on some different other authors. Now, Ron's not the only author that we're working with. We're working with several different authors.
Yeah, we've got a couple. We're going to be giving these books away.
These books at the gathering will be given away. So come to the gathering, March 21st,
Mm-hmm.
2020, at the Westside Magnolia Community Center.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
And we're
that a little
going
in a minute.
and we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff this year. I'm talking about this year. It's quality stuff.
Yeah. First off, tonight, Prepper's Road March. This is the first book I read. It's in the trilogy that I was talking about on Crazy Days. This is the little single book, but the trilogy, this is the first one. I want to give this one away here in a little bit. And girls, y'all go ahead and tell me how many people's in the chat and stuff so I can kind of have an idea. And in a few minutes, say what, 8:20 or so? 8:25?
Okay, what are we doing at 8:20? You're just sneaking this up on me now.
We're going to give this book away.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll remember that in a little bit.
But how are we going to do it?
I'm going to ask them a question.
Okay, you're going to ask them a question. I got you.
And I done sent Miss Lippy and Miss Sherry from Two Family the answer, and they're going to tell me who popped up first because ours is delayed.
Okay.
So we got this going.
Okay,
Anyway.
y'all go ahead and answer Miss Cindy Perron. She wants to know if there's a hotel with discounts for the gathering. Yes. It's called, was it the Hilton? The Hampton.
Hampton.
The Hampton. I'll get it right here in a minute. The Hampton.
Yes. It's on Deep South Homestead Gathering Place over on Facebook. Asked to be a member of the of that on Facebook, and we have a lot of the information over there. But Sherry and
Two Families, tell them how to do it.
yeah, okay, good. There is there. We're going to have a lot of fun. We plan on just fellowshipping more than anything else. We're not going to have a lot going on that's going to distract you all over the place. We hope to stay in a generalized location. We will have a few things, a few booths set up. But if anybody wants a booth, you have to let me know at Deep South Homestead, at Deep South Gathering at gmail.com. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, one of those. Deep South Homestead at gmail.com will work. Let me know that you want a booth. We're not going to have a lot of booths because we're kind of limited space, but we will have a few.
But this year we have a fantastic gospel band that's going to be there. I think y'all will really enjoy them.
They'll be after lunch.
They'll be after lunch. And while the band is actually playing, there will be no selling going on because we want them to have our undivided attention.
Yeah. And before that and after that, we're going to be giving away things. So you want to show one of these?
Okay. Show one of the things we're going to be giving away here. Let's see. Where are we at here?
All the way down to right here.
Y'all guys see this right here? A lot of people has been wanting some Hoss tools. Well, Hoss Tool has agreed to give the single wheel Hoss Tool hoe away for the gathering. They're going to send us one, and we're going to be using it at the gathering to give away. And I know a lot of y'all gardeners would love to have this now. This is a nice piece of equipment. If the grid goes down, you can still plow. If you can't get no fuel, you can still raise a garden.
And the deal is, Hoss Tools has agreed to send some seed starting kits, which will include their trays, and their trays are like fabulous.
Their trays can be used for the rest of your life. Their things are heavy. Just they're not these little cheap things you get from like Walmart or anything like that. These things are big and they're heavy.
Yeah. And so they've come out with the drainage tray and the tray that fits down in.
Yeah.
The way they're made, they're so heavy that they don't just buckle under the weight of the dirt or anything like normal little cheap trays. So they're going to be giving away one of those with the, I think the kit includes the dirt that they have and seeds and some fertilized stuff. So you get, I think that's in the whole setup. It's a whole kit.
Yeah.
And
so we got that to give away this year. We also have lots of other stuff to give away. We're not going to talk about it just yet because we're actually working with some companies.
Yeah.
Trying to get, I'm talking about when y'all see these other things that we're going to be giving away, you're going to go, oh my God, I got to go to this gathering because these things are awesome. They're essential for a good homestead. And
it's things that you would want to prep and have in your stuff.
But you're just a little pricey and you go, man, I just wish I could afford one of them. And we're working with these companies to see if they will let us have them as a giveaway, and they're considering it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody that comes to my house and helps me wash dishes loves this. We got one from Hoss Tools. No, it wasn't from Hoss Tools. It was from the Homestead box.
The Homestead box.
Which Hoss Tools sponsors.
Sponsors it, yeah.
So this is a kitchen sponge from Full Circle. Everybody that comes to my house loves them because it'll reach down in your jar, your quart, or your pint, and you can wash your jar. These things are great. I just ordered a couple more, and I'm going to give one away. So we're going to have fun with that.
Guys, this year we have so much good stuff to give away. Some people that are subscribers have been generous, and they have sent us stuff to give away. Wanda and I are actively working.
Travis finally, he announced he is coming to the gathering. Okay, so we hadn't seen the road show yet. We've been kind of over at the cabin.
Okay, we've been dealing with Travis and talking with Travis.
We knew he was coming, but we didn't know he had announced it.
Yeah, we wasn't gonna say he was coming. We was gonna let him do the talking. But Travis is supposed to be there if nothing happens, and several companies that we're contacting. Now they're not contacting us. We're contacting them. Mm-hmm. Because there's several products out there that we want you guys to have.
Yep. Somebody.
Somebody at the gathering.
Yes.
What's the date of the gathering? JS says March 21st, 2020.
Yeah. Okay, the t-shirts. Now, I've got on one of the shirts, and I'm going to have to stand up. This is the t-shirt right here. Deep South Homestead Gathering 2020. The heart is about where we're at in Mississippi, way down here. And it's hashtag gather as friends, leave as family. Yeah. So that's the t-shirts. They're through Bonfire. These are soft t-shirts. They fit well. They are on sale right now. I'm not sure if this will be the last time that we can order. This is
probably your last chance to order before the gathering.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They might be. They do 2-week increments. So after the 2 weeks, then it takes 2 weeks for people to get them, or a week and a half. And so they might be one other time, but it's getting really close, guys. In order to order the t-shirts, this is what's paying for the building. So if you want a t-shirt, you got to wear the t-shirt to the gathering. You will be entered into a contest for wearing the t-shirt. So somebody with the t-shirt will get a special prize.
Yes. Okay. Ms. Brenda's got it up. Rita says, how many days is one day?
Yeah, it's just Saturday the 21st. All right, so what else we got going on?
Well, we got all the pictures that you have up here. We talking about them a while ago.
Yes.
We got to get back into our...
Okay, go up here to Mr. Max.
Okay.
You want to give a little talk before we
do
this?
Before I show y'all this picture, we got several comments about the broad fork. This is the best broad fork I found. Now Mr. Ron helped us find this broad fork because it's actually part of a survival tool. Yes. It doesn't run off of gas. It doesn't create any carbon in the atmosphere or anything like that. Well, we had a lot of folks say that, I can't believe it come from Montana. You can't even use the thing in Montana because it's all rocks. Well, let me tell you something. The man who created it and the man who made it lives in Montana, and he gardens in Montana with it. He has told us this thing has been sold all over the United States. Someone from North Dakota just ordered one. I mean, there are people all over the United States are ordering this broad forks because it's different than other broad forks. The other broad forks have welded wide teeth on them, which makes them hard to go in the ground and hard to even work with. This one has the round rods, and they just slide right down into the soil. They work a lot easier. So I'm going to show you this picture here. Now, you see this right here? This is Montana. This is a garden that was once just grown. I mean, this was just desolate land that nothing was growing on.
He said it had been tilled to death.
Just
weeds everywhere.
Just nothing but weeds everywhere. Mr. Mack went in with the broad fork, and he created this garden with these plants in Montana using a broad fork. So yes, it will work in that soil up there. He sent us these pictures. Matter of fact, he sent us a lot of pictures.
Yeah. He said that it was very important where he was at because there was a lot of the weeds before this. This is his tomatoes and stuff there. But he said there was so many weeds it was taken over and you couldn't get rid of them. He would break it up.
Was it quack grass?
Quack grass.
The quack grass, it took over everything.
And he would break it up with the broad fork and then he put that hay on top. And he said the hay helped hold the moisture in until he got it amended enough to start growing again.
Look at this garden, guys. I want you to look at this. This is a garden that's done with a broad fork. And it can be done. And this is in Montana. I'm going to just keep showing you this. See it right here? This is the broad fork. There's no need. This thing, it actually works. Wanda and I are using it. It's working out really good for us.
We're really going to be using it a lot with our raised beds when we get them going.
It works perfect in raised beds.
We've got carrots in them, so we're not messing with the carrots. But once the carrots come out, we'll use it to break all the ground up and put our next crop in there.
And then here's another section of his garden. So you can see the man does a lot of gardening with his broad forks. Weeds are on the right. Soil's on the left after the Easy Digger use. Now look, this is after he used the Easy Digger. Look, I mean, look at the comparison.
Just broke it up and it died.
He just broke them up and they just died. So he took the time to actually to send us these pictures because he read the comments.
Yes, he's paying attention.
He's paying attention. He read the comments and he told us. He told me. He said, let me just send y'all some pictures and prove to you that it can be done in Montana up here with the rocks with these broad forks. So,
will the straw method work in Mississippi?
Straw method will work basically anywhere. It's just that you have to be careful. In Mississippi, there's a difference between hay and straw. If you get hay, hay has a lot of grass seeds in it, weed seeds in it.
And we're just straw weeds back in our garden.
You have to be careful with straw to make sure that the field was not sprayed with Roundup to kill whatever the straw come off of, whether it was wheat or whatever. You got to check with the person and make sure no Roundup was used on it, because if you put the straw in your field, you're putting the Roundup in your soil and it will actually kill your plants. They don't tell you all this stuff.
The broad fork is put out by Easy Digger. I think it's easydigger.com.
Yeah.
No, easydigger.net. N-E-T, I think is what it was.
Yes, Mr. Mack. He's a little private-owned little small business. Been making these things for several years now. Mama Tried is right. If you live in the South, fire ants love hay and straw. That's the reason we don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do we got here?
Anything. Oh, that was just a picture I took where we were outside. Danny, just showing you a little of our off-grid setup the other day. Danny was working on a smokehouse. So we don't have pictures, I don't think, of the smokehouse yet. I'm going to be putting pictures up. But I had to have something to charge the camera. So we're using our little mini generators to do that.
Yeah.
And we do like our orange. You saw orange everything.
Yes. Okay, and then we're going to show you all a little bit of our container stuff too. Now we're talking about prepping tonight. You can prep in any way that you can. We're actually learning that some of our containers do better than putting it in the ground. Look at this, guys. This is in containers. Look how perfect that cabbage is. Now,
if you want a really no-till, no-weeding type situation, these containers are it. I think I pull a piece of grass out once every 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, if that. I mean, we just put leaves down in it, a little bit of bark or leaves or something on top of the ground underneath these. Look at that tender green on the right there. You can take one plant and almost make a meal off of it.
I do. That's what we've been. We've eaten off those tender greens 3 times already, and now it's starting to come back out again. And so it's actually working. The containers, if you didn't follow us during the summer, Danny had peppers over there,
Oh
and
my
those
gosh.
peppers look like trees. The peppers were just hanging on them.
Yes.
And we put up more peppers than I think I've ever seen in a huge garden before. So it's really, really working for us in those containers over there at the cabin garden.
McCoy's Oak Hill Farm wants to know, how big are the containers? They're 25-gallon containers. Or you could take a 55-gallon drum and just cut the bottoms off of them.
Okay, so.
And I want to show you now, this is something else here. This is Ms. Wanda's tomatoes. Now, they're in containers. Sitting in our greenhouse right now. We moved them from outside into the greenhouse so that the cold would not kill them. And she has harvested tomatoes like crazy off of these things.
I harvested 3 or 4 today.
You had 4 today.
There's a picture later.
Okay, we'll get to it later. Now, if you've been keeping up with our
somebody wants to know, can you eat the larger outer cabbage leaves?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people use them to make what is it? Cabbage rolls?
Cabbage rolls out of, yes.
Yeah, you can take them and mix all your stuff up and roll them in it and bake them in the oven, and hey, they're good.
Actually, the outer leaves have more chlorophyll in them than the inner leaves do, because when you ever notice cabbage, when you cut it off, it's all white.
Yeah.
That it has no chlorophyll in it. The outside leaves have all your chlorophyll. The outside leaves are actually more healthy than the head is, and most people just tear them off and throw them away.
Yeah.
But now, my peppers didn't do good in containers this year. Richard, we learned ours can only get about 5 hours of sunshine in the morning, and after the morning sun hits it, because we live in the deep south, they have to go into a shade because it's just too hot on them. And this year they done really good.
Danny sat the containers at a strategic point where when the sun come up, it was hitting them, but then it passed over and the trees protected it the rest of the day.
Yes. Now, this is a picture here. This is the magnolias that I got that we planted over around our cabin. Now, we have several reasons. If you watched the video yesterday, or was it today?
Today, I think.
Oh, it's today? Okay. Yeah. We have several reasons why we actually planted these magnolias. Now, these are the forgot the name. Blanchard. These are the D.D. Blanchards. They are an ornamental magnolia. They grow extremely fast. They've been around for many, many, many years. The nursery told us that it would be best for us to use this variety for what we were trying to accomplish. Now,
let me say this. The nursery we got them from is just about 5 miles up the road. Lots of people ask where we got them.
No, it's only like 3 miles up the road.
3 miles up the road.
Yeah.
But Danny worked for the guy there, done a lot of work. They're very good friends. They only sell
wholesale.
Wholesale.
Yeah.
So they won't sell them to anybody.
No.
But if you want trees that came from this nursery, you can get bigger trees at O'Grady's nursery in Lucedale, Mississippi.
Lucedale, Mississippi.
I know they sell them, the bigger trees, same variety. You just would have to pay more because he doesn't sell the wholesale plants to individuals. So
somebody, Chad's wanted to know, when do we start our sweet potato slips? We'll probably be doing that in about
next couple of weeks, probably.
Couple of weeks, probably.
We got to get this cold spell.
We got to get beyond this cold spell here, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, now let's see what we got here. Let me move up to the next one. This is Ms. Wanda's green stalks. She has, let me get back
It is in a mini greenhouse.
Yeah, that's what you're seeing is the greenhouse.
It's a plastic greenhouse over it. The chard is doing fantastic. Danny laughed at me when I put these onions in there because these are the red, what kind?
Red candy.
The red candy. I dug them up. He said they're never going to do anything. I may not make a huge bulb, but I have some nice green onions in there. And show them some of the other pictures because I found some pretty.
Oh, wrong one.
Pretty stuff today. This is more chard.
More chard and more onions.
I found one of my tomatoes. I thought I had 2 tomatoes in there, and I had harvested some tomatoes back in the summer, and I thought they had all died. And this one came up and is blooming. So I have a tomato in the green stalk blooming, and I also have peppers in there that are blooming, and I have one small little pepper. I don't think I took a picture of that today, but I do have small peppers in there.
Okay, now this is what Ms. Wanda harvested today. She harvested her tomatoes, and she harvested one of her heads of cabbage. Isn't that beautiful, guys? No bugs, no blemishes on the tomatoes except that one. Oh, that's just a stem in
That's
there.
a stem.
Yeah, no blemishes on the tomatoes. They look like they've been waxed from a grocery store.
They do.
Even
the cabbage
even the cabbage looks waxed. I mean, it's just perfect. I mean,
y'all, I did not go to the grocery store.
No, this stuff, I mean, we're growing it. The tomatoes is in the greenhouse, but the cabbage this year, we have actually had perfect weather for growing a fall garden here.
Yeah, and usually we don't. Now, we harvested a good bit of broccoli, and we
harvested a lot of broccoli. Yeah.
We had some more broccoli this week. I've had tomatoes off and on at least once a week. I've had tomatoes.
Yeah.
I may pick some every couple of days, but we let them ripen a little bit more and get good, fully ripe before we eat them. We've had cabbage one day this past week, so this will be the next cabbage. We've been covering our carrots. We're protecting them carrots like crazy.
Delaney wants to know, what do we use to fertilize our onions with? Well, I usually use ammonium sulfate, 33 or 3100. And occasionally, if we, like today, ahead of the rain, we just ran out with some Miracle Grow and just hit them with a Miracle Grow right quick, just so they could get some ammonia and some nitrogen in the ground.
I forgot what time it was. It's past the time.
Oh, we did pass our time up. It's what happens when you start having fun.
Prepper's Road March by Ron Foster. Okay, guys, I'm going to ask the question. I've got two of my moderators going to be looking there, and then Danny and I just talk till they figure out who won. But the question is, what is our most popular video? In other words, which video has the most views, has been viewed the most?
North Star Prepsteader, how long does it take for a cabbage to grow in our weather? About 3 months.
Yeah, Country Homestead Preacher has been having broccoli and cauliflower.
Oh, good.
They've been harvesting.
Good deal. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. What else do I have going on here?
Can you tell me again the planting method for when you buy garden plants from the store? What you did with your plants?
Oh, I take my plants, and the first thing you want to do is, because they've had a growth inhibitor sprayed on them, I just mix me up some Miracle Grow in a pot, and I dip them. I take all the dirt off the roots, and I dip the roots down in it and just slosh them up and down in it. And then I turn the plant upside down and submerge the whole plant in it, and just kind of slosh it up and down in it, and don't damage it. But then I take it and plant it in the ground.
All right. Rustic Traditions Homestead. Winter chicken dinner. That's what Two Family said. Jim and I came up with Rustic Tradition Homestead. Okay, you're going to have to send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. The answer was our secrets to growing awesome tomatoes.
Yeah, we're up to what?
700 and something.
700 something thousand views on it.
We were shocked, guys. That thing took off like crazy this past year. And so I thought I would just throw that out there, so anybody that you want to grow awesome tomatoes, Danny's got the answers, okay? And so this book will be going to Rustic Traditions Homestead. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing.
Good deal, guys. Good deal. All right. Now, let's see here. What is this? Danny chopping? Oh, lighters. Okay, this is what I was doing today, guys. We were prepping for cold weather. We have weather coming with wind chills in the low 20s. Now, I don't like being in the 20s period, but when you got a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind blowing with it, that even makes it worse. So we was out today trying to make preparations while it was warm, trying to get some stuff done. Ms. Wanda was actually doing some painting, I believe, today.
I'm super excited. There's so much going on at the cabin.
Oh, and I want to say, I
can't really tell you exactly. But
I hope this is appropriate, though. I want to say thank you for the subscriber. Mm-hmm. We had a subscriber make a donation to the cabin.
Yes.
Which actually made it to where we could work on the cabin and do something Miss Wanda's been wanting us to do for quite a while. And over on Patreon, there's a video going to be coming up about it. Right?
Well, it's according to how I'm hoping. But what it is, we are working on the kitchen cabinets. I actually have some top shelves right now, and I'm super excited. I don't have faces. I don't have anything finished. It is just the shelves up. And hey, Dee, we are just excited about having this, So I've got shelves. And y'all, we look today and actually going to have almost as many shelves in the cabin as we have here. It's not going to be it's going to be close.
Our cabin kitchen's almost as big as our house kitchen here is.
Yeah.
Prep Studying with Disabilities. Yes, I have used the fish emulsion, and it does work good. It's just that where we live at here, we've had to trap a lot of animals when you use it because it stinks and it brings out the possums. And the possums come to it, they think it's something to eat. So
we planted what was it? Something in the front garden about 3 years ago when we used it.
Yeah.
And the next morning we get up and everywhere we planted, there was a dig mark.
They dug up where
they dug every single one down the road. Every
one. All up.
So, but yes, we are thankful to the subscriber that is helping make it possible for me to have some shelves in the kitchen.
Yes.
And Danny has the wood for the countertops. We just got to frame out the bottoms later, but we're taking it step by step.
Step by step. We're actually working on the pantry too.
Yeah, and we had enough to do part of the pantry. And I was painting today because we have to paint them before you can go any further.
Yeah.
I cut off the cane today.
She did. Our sugar cane was up like this tall. Miss Wanda had to go through there and cut it all down because if she didn't, it would freeze.
Yeah. And what else did I do? Oh, I made you some biscuits with blueberries.
Like gluten-free biscuits with blueberries in them today, yes.
I made him a casserole. I made him some cranberry sauce.
Yep.
I've been busy this morning.
She's been busy.
All day, actually.
Are you going to get a wood cook stove for the cabin? No, we cook in the fireplace over there.
Mm-hmm. We have a little gas stove outside that we
do.
Use.
We have one outside, yeah.
And we also have some ideas coming up in a week or so, showing some more cooking over there.
Showing some more cooking. How long will seeds keep? I have actually planted seeds that from 2012, and they still came up.
Oh, Alton Johnson said they just received their Haas two-wheel hoe, and they said the quality is excellent. They can't wait. They've had too much rain.
Oh, I know. There's Miss Tori. She slipped right up in here on me.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to enjoy it because we have several of them. I can work with them.
We have several of their tools. They're really good tools. Now here I'm going to show you guys. Look at the blackberries. Our Arkansas Traveler blackberries are blooming, and they're all going to get killed. That's what's making us so sad.
In this freeze,
is coming. We're probably going to lose it. We have huckleberries that are bloomed out everywhere, and it's just sad. We have mayhaw trees that's blooming out, and we're fixing to drop down into the low 20s for several days. And we know what that means. It means it's
Richard Taylor says, "Can I give his wife cooking lessons?"
I wouldn't tell her that.
Sinclair, we're going to put you on the prayer list. He had to take his wife to the hospital again.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Prairie Girl says she cooks on the wood stove all winter. It is too hot here to do that. Today it was in the 70s, and y'all, this man said something a while ago coming in going, "It's going to be cold tomorrow. I need to start a fire." And I looked at him and says, "I dare you."
She said, "I dare you to build a fire
Until
right
it gets cold, he's not building a fire because it's 70 degrees or 70 something in here right now. We do not need a fire.
But we're just afraid this year the same thing's going to happen that happened last year. We lost so much of our fruit last year. Now, we did get a good bit of fruit, but we didn't get what we potentially could have had. And that's what happens when you go to the grand solar minimum. You have extremes. When it's cold, it's extremely cold. When it's hot, it's extremely hot. Here today, it was 76 degrees here today with high humidity, which meant that the heat index was up around 80.
Can't breathe.
You can't breathe. You can't work in it. And then, bam, in 2 days, we're going to be down in the low 20s with a wind chill factor around 20. So, I mean, the cell structure in plants here, if you don't have them inside a greenhouse, especially tender stuff, it just can't take it. Now the cabbages and the broccolis and the stuff like that, they can pretty much take it, the greens and stuff. But you got things like tomatoes and things like that, they can't take this up and down seesawing of cell structure. It destroys the cell structure.
Rustic Tradition said they can't wait for Tuesday's cold front. They're tired of the heat and humidity. Well, I like it a little cool. I just don't want it down in the 20s. If it stayed 40, I'd be good, but I can't regulate the temperature. But oh, it is better.
JJV Homestead said he was deer hunting in shorts and a t-shirt today. I've done that before, believe me. I have actually been sweating like a dog deer hunting before.
Yeah. Planting late, blooming apples and pears with low chill factor. Yes, Mr. John, we are going to be trying to plant more fruit trees, and we're
trying to plant. We're in zone 8B. We're trying to actually start planting some fruit trees from zone 7, so that
if it gets too cool,
maybe they'll hold off a little bit longer because they ain't had enough chill hours to bloom.
But then again, the heat of the summer could just totally.
It could.
We got both.
I showed one to some of our peach trees yesterday, and the top sides of the peach limbs, the sun last summer, because it was so intense, literally fried the limbs. So our new peach trees that we're going to be planting will not be planted out in the open sun anymore.
Yeah, because it is literally baking our limbs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's baking and killing our trees. So even the fruit trees can't take the heat. The apples, the peaches and stuff like that, it's just baking them and killing them.
Okay, do we have any more of that?
Nope, that was the last picture you had in here.
All right. Seems like there was some. Oh, I know. At the gathering, I have had so many people ask me for this, and I found 2 in the truck. And I have been hoarding these 2 books for about a year now. And one of them is for when we hit 100,000. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away one of my cookbooks, one of the only ones left, Cooking Southern Style with Deep South Homestead. I hope to have another cookbook in the making if Danny ever lets me slow down long enough to do one, but I don't have time right now. He's saying no.
Nope.
But
no time to slow down.
The other one is going to the gathering. So there will be a Cooking Southern Style with Deep South Homestead at the gathering. Some lucky person will get our cookbook. So that's something I thought I would mention, just because that should just bring everybody together, right? Not really.
It should.
He's going, I don't know about that.
I'm trying to read here. Daisy said, is it the UV killing the trees or the heat? It's probably a combination of both of them.
Somebody said white sun with gamma rays.
Well,
that might be true.
That's possibly true. It's possibly true.
What kind of fruit trees are in zone 8?
Darlene, we're planting in our zone here. There's only really a few fruit trees that'll actually grow and produce. Now, apples, it's going to be the Anna, the Ein Shamir. Now, get this right, not Golden Dorset, but Dorset Golden.
We didn't know there was a difference.
I didn't know there was a difference until I was contacted and actually shown the difference. Okay, Dorset Golden. They now have some dwarf pixies that you can actually grow here. Pink ladies that you can grow here now. That's been grafted to where they have 400 chill hours or less. We prefer 200 or less, but some of them have 400. So, and the pears, the old favorite Bartlett pear. Now we grow the Moonglow, the Bartlett. And we ordered another new variety.
Don't ask me what we ordered.
We ordered, we got so many. We got probably like 30 or 40 fruit trees coming. We're going to show them probably in the next couple of weeks, I hope.
Within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My Kentucky homemade toothpaste from the cookbook today. And somebody else I saw, Jazz, I was talking to them. They asked about the cookbook, and I told them I only had the 2 left. I don't have any for sale. I do want to revise it because there's only about, I don't know, around 100 recipes in there. And since doing the cookbook, I've come up with so many recipes, and I really, really want to add a bunch more recipes to it. But at the gathering, and I'm going to push Sherry at Two Family a little bit, she's doing a cookbook with homesteaders. If anybody's got recipes they'd like to add, you need to get in touch with Sherry at Two Family Homestead. She's supposed to have this cookbook coming to the gathering. I don't know how she's going to do that, but she's supposed to. What you hunting?
I was looking for a pen. I don't have my pen with me.
What kind of pen?
Here's a pencil. I just need something to write with. Something to write on. Okay, y'all gonna have to excuse me just a moment here. I gotta back this chat up.
He's looking for something. Y'all just hold on.
I gotta find it here. Okay, I'm gonna freeze the chat.
If Sherry has these cookbooks, then they'll be at her table, and it'll have different channels. I don't even know how many she's contacted, how many she's been in touch with, but hopefully she'll get them done. And I have 2 or 3 recipes in there. I sent her one today that I'd been promising her. I kept forgetting, so I got it done. Trying to think what else. What else we got going on?
Okay, I had to write something down that was in the chat, guys. I'm sorry about that. Mr. John, where is the best place to get those apples at? Is that a zone 10, a zone 9, or a zone 8? Or what are those apples? Because I'm curious. Because this is my year. I'm stocking up. If I buy I may buy 100 trees this year. I don't know.
Sherry says she can't bring it to the gathering if people don't send her recipes. You guys send her recipes because she needs them. I'll have to just send her some more. I may have to just screenshot some stuff and say, here.
You may have to.
Then y'all have to buy Sherry's cookbook to get my recipes.
Okay. Tina Chavez says 5G will work with the aluminum trapped in your body. Fork in the microwave scenario.
All right, so
I keep waiting to see if Mr. John puts up where you can actually get those trees at, or what zone they're actually good for. I mean, I don't know. If he don't, I'll look it up and see if I can find them, because I have never any place I've been, I have not seen those 2 trees.
Include Danny's recipe for dehydrated water.
Evelyn says, Danny, can the Blue Yeti solar generator run a computer? Yes.
Yes, all 3 of our generators will run a computer. One of them's 150 watt,
okay.
One's a 300, and one's a 500.
Bay Laurel Nursery.
Bay Laurel Nursery, mail order in California. Okay, so I have used the 300 with the computer over at the cabin for about, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours before running it down.
Thank you, Mr.
But I
John.
used it like continuous. I was editing and over there we have no internet. All I can do is edit. So I went over there a couple of nights and used it and edited.
Jeannie says, will you explain the chill hours? Okay, with certain fruit trees, a tree has to be dormant so many hours below 45 degrees before they will actually bloom and bear fruit. And different varieties have different amounts of chill hours. And so where we live at, we need at least between 200 and 400 hours below 45 degrees in order for the trees to actually put blooms on and make fruit. Further north, they need chill hours between 500 and 700 hours. So you have to see which tree for where you're at. You can check your chill hours where you're at. There's actually a chart you can look at that tells the chill hours across the United States and things like that. And when you look up your trees to buy, whether they be an apple, a peach, or a plum, or pear, or whatever, it will tell you the zone and the number of chill hours it takes for that tree to produce.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about something I started a while ago and I forgot about. Danny asked, was there going to be videos on like the kitchen and things like that of the cabin? I'm taking pictures and I'm trying to do some video, but in the cabin, there's not enough light, and sometimes it's just not, it may be some pictures and he may have to do some explanations because we don't have the setup to light everything up and make it look like a studio over there yet. So everything is kind of dull, and I'm not sure how well it's going to turn out. And two, we're having some technical issues. Our camera is on the blink. We've had it nearly 3 years, and it's is it the shutter that's making
Shutter
racket?
speed's making racket.
So in a lot of our videos, you might hear a clicking. It's got to where when we're looking at it, the picture does this, fades in and out constantly. So we've got to have the camera seen about. My cell phone is 2 years old, and I've been doing a lot of videos with the cell phone, and I've had some people say that my videos look weird because of it, and I'm like, okay, it's a 2-year-old cell phone. So we've got to make some decisions on that. And our computer was acting a little weird while Prepstetter Bob was here, and I said, hey, what's this? And he said, well, bad news, your computer's nearly on the blink, and it's probably going to go down soon. So we've got to make some decisions with equipment before long.
Now, let me catch up on some of these questions. Baker Mom says, how do you handle the airflow in your greenhouse? Do you have a fan? Yes, we have a fan in the greenhouse. Okay, Richard Taylor says, where can you find the old-time plum trees like used to grow on the sides of the dirt road? Gurney's. Matter of fact, we have some of them coming.
Yes.
We found them at Gurney's, and we like the little orange, or they have little yellow plums. You got a little reddish tint to them, like grows on the side of the road. I probably will regret doing it because
we had to argue over this one because I wanted them, and he said, no, they may just take over the place. I said, if they take over, at least we eat.
At least we have something to eat.
So he's agreeing to the old-timey plums.
Okay, refrigerated greenhouse, 100% chill hours. Not sure what that means, but let's see here. Where are we at? Make sure the generator has an inverter, not just a generator. Yes, Sinclair is right. I have a small 1500 watt, run TV, satellite computer, and all kinds of stuff. I don't think I've ever, I even know anymore.
We don't have one that big.
We don't have one quite that big. 500 watts, the biggest one we have at the moment. We're looking to, we would like to have a 1500 watt one, but we just haven't got to that point yet. We're trying to, we have too many irons in the fire right now.
Danny's wanting his smokehouse finished, number one, and I'm wanting the kitchen finished, and we've got to garden, so we've got things coming up with the gardening. We've wanted the fruit trees in, and then he's wanting a greenhouse. And we have the greenhouse on the back of the barn, but he wants one out back where we can put some fruit trees under it and garden in it during the winter.
Rustic Traditions Homestead says, do the fruit trees need chill hours every year? Yes. How cold is chilly enough? 45 degrees or colder. Where do we get the plums? From Gurney's. G-U-R-N-E-Y-S. We're going to have a video coming up here pretty soon on Gurney's.
Hopefully this week.
Hopefully this week, yeah.
Do we know about some kind of blueberry farms and blueberry plants in New Jersey? They have awesome selection.
We can't use, Evelyn, we can't do the blueberries from New Jersey because we have to have the rabbit eye varieties down here. The northern blueberry, there's actually 2 or 3 different types of blueberries. The northern blueberries will not do well in the south.
Yeah. Okay.
Richard Barnes says it was a joke, not cost effective. Oh, okay.
What was that?
What I was reading a while ago.
Okay, I don't know what.
Y'all pray for Andy in Tennessee. He's in pain with pancreas, gallbladder. Again, country girl may have to take him to the ER.
Okay.
Oh, poor Andy. He just got through all that.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, last year.
You got to remember that in a minute.
Sherry said condolences for Paul and family for his loss.
That's Paul Duncan. Duncan 1900.
Yeah.
I think it was his brother. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's it.
Michael says, are you guys trying to raise money or just info video? Well, it depends. I mean, our videos are mainly info, but a lot of times our subscribers just like to see us get stuff done on our cabin. and they like to help out financially. A lot of them just go over to Patreon because a lot of the Patreon gets the first videos of everything.
And our Patreon is for the cabin.
And our Patreon is strictly for the cabin. We don't use any of it for nothing but just the cabin.
What's the difference between a pressure canner and a pressure cooker? I'd like to get a pressure canner. A cooker is a smaller version.
Yeah, you just cook like a roast or something in it.
You can cook dried beans real quick, or a roast, or veggies, or something like that. The canner is a bigger thing. Your quart jars will fit in it, and it's used just for, well, you could use it for anything, but mainly for canning. But the smaller cooker is not what you want if you want to can. Do not get the cooker.
Yaya Helligan says, Danny, Beverly Hills needs only 250 hours, zones 5 through 10. Harvest Nature has them.
Okay, that's...
Okay, Beverly Hills.
Is that an apple?
Guys, thank y'all for this, because look, I
have not tried jujubes. I had thought about that, but we haven't tried those. I know they grow in...
Who did you say had that?
I don't know. I don't know what it was called. Back up just a little. Harvest Nature.
Harvest Nature. Okay.
Okay. Can you grow some kind of berries? It's like a blueberry. Haskap. I don't know. We have huckleberries. They're like blueberries, but they're very, very tiny.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Danny, can you use an air conditioner or greenhouse during a hot summer?
I could, but it would not be economical to run it.
Yeah. The greenhouse he's wanting now that is like Kevin and Sarah live in Traditions.
Yeah, this is bigger than the one they got, but the sides roll up on it.
Yeah, that's what he's wanting. And in the summer, we would take the whole plastic off. We would only be using the plastic in the winter. In the summer, it would come off, and our trees that we had inside would be getting the sun they need. And we could use the sides for growing veggies outside.
Yes, Karen, hold on, where am I at? Here, Nancy. Nancy's from Virginia. She says, say a prayer for my state, please. Nancy, I did a complete video over on Patreon about Virginia and what y'all are facing, especially Monday. We're in contact with people up there. The fence that's been put out around the perimeters of that, anything inside that fence, no weapons are permitted. And then if you are a concealed carry person, you have to stay way beyond the fence even. Sorry.
Yeah, let me write.
You have to stay way back from the fence. We've received messages that that they're going to be busting in hoodlums and all kind of stuff up there to kind of screw things up if you want to. I hate to say that word, but
let's hope it doesn't come.
What was that? Antifa?
Yeah.
Antifa's going to be busting in people and stuff like that, just be causing problems. And guys, the governor is well, never mind. He's a joke. Okay.
That's it.
That's good.
That's enough.
Okay. Anyway, go check out Amanda Chance, the senator from up there. I talk about her in Virginia. Look at her posts and see what she's putting up, and you'll see the things I talked about over on Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou said she loved your hotbed. Now she wants one. A lot of people call them cold frames. We've always called them a hotbed.
Yeah.
It's the same, right?
It's the same thing. Yeah.
So
depends on what part of the country you live in.
Whatever. You can make it just like Danny did all over the United States, and it should work.
Do you have any books you recommended for fruit trees? Not really. I just have mine. Just experiences can taught me mine.
Yeah. I don't know if there's probably some out there, but. All right. So I think we've covered just about everything. So if you want to keep putting your prayer request up, we do want to remember Andy and
Nancy said their family will be there. We will be praying for you, Nancy. We will be praying for the state of Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes, Antifa's going to be wearing MAGA hats and starting fights to blame Trump supporters. That's some of what we had been told.
Let's hope it doesn't.
I hope it doesn't go that far. I actually talk about over on Patreon some of Trump's comments that he made concerning this. And you'd be surprised at what he had to say about it.
Yeah.
We got it. Was that Yaya Helligan?
Yeah,
we got it.
I wrote down nursery.
We wrote down the Harvest Nursery.
Yeah.
You heard that the local Antifa was going to march with the Patriots. Yeah, it's
that would be good if they marched with
them. They would march with them and not cause a problem. Not cause a problem.
Are we starting seeds? Yes, we're going to be starting seeds.
We'll be doing Alton. We're going to be doing tomatoes. We'll be doing peppers. I mean, we've got Cherokee tans up now.
Yes, we do in the greenhouse.
We're going to be doing lots of seeds.
Somebody asked earlier the sweet potatoes. We're fixing to start those within the next 2 weeks.
We'll be putting sweet potatoes in the ground.
All right, there's somebody called
Liberty Dog. I've seen Liberty Dog. Yeah, they're hiring actors. Evelyn, yes, you're right.
Yeah. I hear thunder.
So you know what?
Elijah, Marshall Farm says, pray for Elijah. He goes this week for some test results.
Okay.
And then Stephanie says, family, she is battling stage 4 cancer for almost 3 years now. Prep studying with disabilities. Prairie Girl says, our country. Of course, Sinclair's wife. We want to remember her. Stark's Nursery. Yes,
Mary
we have
Catherine,
checked those out.
Mary Catherine says she has the flu.
How is Candy?
Candy's doing fine. She's just becoming, her mama's worse than she is. Her mama's worse than a cotton-picking dog. I mean, she won't leave you alone. She's right up under your feet all the time.
She's a big baby.
She's just a big baby. All she wants to do is she wants you just to feed her constantly.
Yes.
And the baby is just about as bad. Candy is almost as bad.
They're very loving. They just want food. If you give them food, they do whatever you want. We had to move hay today, getting ready for this cold weather, and I had to go in and feed Dolly and lock her in the corral so that she couldn't get to Danny, because when he first went in, she got right at where he needed to be.
Yep.
And just stood there.
She just stood there, would not move for me to clean the place up where the old hay was, and I had to get Wanda to go feed her.
How do you start slips from whole sweet potatoes?
I have a sweet potato manual over on the Etsy store, deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com.
You're turning it in commercial.
Well, I can't help it. I mean, I have a book that I wrote on growing sweet potatoes. It is the manual. It shows pictures, step by step.
Do not put them in water with toothpicks.
Do not put them in water with toothpicks. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Don't even get me started on that.
It works.
Yeah, if you want 2 or 3, and you want to do it over a long period of time, mine will give you my way of the way God's way will give you sweet potato slips unending. You'll get tired of planting them.
You'll just pull the potatoes.
You'll eventually dig the potato up and throw it away.
Yeah, but we do plant ours in dirt.
We plant ours in dirt, yes. Anyway, I have a book.
He just gets a little wild when it comes to sweet potatoes.
I do. I'm known as the Sweet Potato King.
Thanks, Tommy Alderman.
Thank you, Tommy Alderman, yes. And also, because I make cane syrup, he calls me the Sugar Daddy.
Yeah. Tommy comes up with all these names, so Alderman Farms.
Okay. Anyway, we got to get a prayer going here.
All right. That was funny how fast you belted to Etsy's address. I know.
Robin Taylor, yes, you can grow sweet potatoes in containers. I have done it. It works perfect. You just got to keep them watered. Yeah. And
we did them in the greenhouse.
We've done them in the greenhouse. We've done them all kinds of ways. In the ground,
we literally go out in the ground.
Will we be selling sweet potato slips this year? Yes. If we get them up like we want to, we will be selling them.
What % of protein does the bulk feed you buy have? I guess he said
15%.
Yeah. Paula said water and toothpicks is the only way they know.
No, Paula. No. We've had people come back and tell us, oh my God, I wish I had known this for years. I've been doing it the wrong way.
Well, people say when you put it in the window in a toothpick in that water, the water
stinks, and you got to keep changing the water.
And then when they do start growing, you got to take them off and put them back in some water to get roots. Danny's way, you put the potato in the ground. When green stuff pops up, you get it about this tall. You go pull it off. There's roots already on it. You go plant it.
Just go plant it, and it's guaranteed to live. I mean,
it's outside, no smell.
Yeah, it works.
It works. So where is the website and sweet potato manual? New subscriber.
DeepSouthHomestead.etsy.com.
Yeah. And 2, sweet potatoes are a superfood.
It is a superfood, yes. But it's also known as a poor man's food.
And it is a prepper item.
It's a prepper item. Yep.
Ron Foster's books, prepper items.
Yep.
Sweet potatoes. You can make them in a bunch of ways. You can eat them raw. They have a good taste. They can be eaten raw. You can boil them. You can make desserts. You can fry them. We bake the sweet potatoes.
I eat sweet potatoes every day of my life.
Yes, he does. I mean, sweet potato is awesome.
Jason King says, I know it's probably already been asked, but how is the smokehouse coming along? Slow. But it's because it's an intense build. I have put a lot of...
What?
My smokehouse. I have put a lot of thought into this one because I am building the perfect smokehouse.
Yeah, that's what he wants me to call it, the perfect smokehouse.
It's the perfect smokehouse. I'm telling you. This is a work of art that I have created. I mean, it is. You gotta admit, it's beautiful.
Okay, the foundation is looking really great.
The foundation is just to die for. This thing is. I mean, it's awesome.
Y'all gonna be totally amazed at this man's ingenuity.
You will be amazed. I'm telling you, you will be amazed.
We haven't even started building the smokehouse.
I ain't even built the house yet. I'm just building the furnace that builds the fire, the pipe system that goes to it, and the block part around it, the foundation. That's as far as I've got, and it has already taken me like 2 or 3 weeks just to do that.
Yeah, you've been a week.
You know, well, so with the weather like it is, I'm talking about. Now, if I'd worked on it steady, it would only took me a few days. But
yeah, the rain. He can't go out and do most of it because of the rain. He's having to work in between.
Yeah, I have to work between the rains.
And I'm just laughing. I can't help it. He gets carried away with these things.
I'm telling you, I have created this thing. It's a masterpiece.
Well, I get that.
You know, I mean, this is the greatest smokehouse I've ever built in my life.
Well, yeah.
I hope it's the last one I ever build. I mean, I'm taking time. I'm putting fire brick all inside the little smokehouse thing, the little cooker thing. I mean, I got it all.
He's got the door from...
I took the door off the back of a fireplace, an ash pit door.
It's like
it's a cast iron. It's got a cast iron door on it, man. I'm telling you, this thing's okay.
I hope to have the next video on the smoke pipe thing done shortly. Maybe this week, and the fire pit. I'm hoping to do them back to back this next week sometime. It's just that when I have to stop, like today I did a good bit of cooking this morning, and then I stopped and went over and painted cabinets. Yesterday I spent all day at the cabin because we were working on cabinets. So control yourself. I can't.
Y'all see what I got to put up with? Here I am over here doing this professional work, and she's sitting in the background giggling at me because she says, "You're just so meticulous. It's just meat, man. Just smoke the meat, you know. Get on with it." You know, I said, but this has got to be done right. I mean, it's a masterpiece.
Anybody else would be throwing pallet wood together and making a dinky little lean-to and smoking their meat.
No.
This man is building a 5-story mansion to smoke meat.
Hey, it's next to my cabin. My cabin is a masterpiece, and the smokehouse is going to mimic the cabin. It's going to look just like the cabin. It's going to have logs on the outside of it and a metal roof and all this kind of stuff. I mean, this thing's fine.
Did you see Richard Barnes' comment? No, obviously I was laughing too hard. Oh, the smokehouse is Danny's man cave. Yeah, he's going to be living
I'll probably be living in it before it's over with. That's the reason I built my cabin so nice, because one day I'll probably have to live over there. Miss Wanda will be knock me in the head and throw me over there.
No, that's my cabin.
I don't know.
That's my cabin.
Oh, I did see that. I did see Richard's comment a while ago. I had to go back in my mind. My brain's like a computer. I just had to run it backwards for a minute.
What did he say?
He said pigs will be lining up for a mile just to get in that smokehouse. Oh.
Well, considering the 2 we got hadn't bred, or if they have, they've not
If
produced
they ain't
babies.
if they don't produce babies pretty soon, they going in the smokehouse.
Yeah, we done decided
I
they're
done
going
decided
in the
they're gonna go in
smokehouse.
the smokehouse.
It's going to be an epic smokehouse.
It is.
Maybe that's what I should call it. Epic
The epic.
smokehouse.
That is a good title. Thank you so much.
That's Jen said that.
Thank you.
Yo, I'm about to cry. I've laughed
Yes.
so hard. Oh, an epic smokehouse.
I did,
build.
Homestead Hippie, I did check out Lumen Acres. I've checked out probably about 500 smokehouses online, and I don't like none of them. The one that I come closest to liking was Tim Farmer's.
Alton said his Paula's laughing her butt off.
Well,
she says he's the same way. Yep. See?
well.
There's more of you out there.
Oh, that's so good to know. I'm not by myself. I'm like Elijah now when he's up there on that mountain in that cave hiding. God said, I got 7,000 more down there. Get out of here. So it's a good thing to know there's more of us out there.
Yes. Danny, can meat be smoked in the summer?
Yeah, you can smoke meat any time of the year.
You just have to watch that it doesn't get too hot.
Well, you got to make sure it's cured.
Yeah, you got the process.
Yeah.
We cured the bacon for what, 10 days? 7 days. What is it? 7?
What?
Bacon.
7. No, I cure mine 5. 5
Okay,
days.
5 days.
I cure mine for 5 days.
But you've got to get the cure right and everything to make sure it's right before you start. That sounds like the name of a movie.
Danny King in. Epic Smokehouse. It could be the name. I mean, who knows?
Coming to a theater near you.
Yeah, coming to a homestead near you.
Still want to see you do hog in the ground. Ah.
Oh,
that's
you know what?
Ron. Ron's telling you that. We've talked about it.
We've talked about that.
We don't have a small one. Ours is too big.
Ours are all too big. Ours are like 300 pounds. I mean,
we sold some of our smaller, like what, 50, 60 pound pigs.
Yeah.
To some people down the road. They have
that was funny.
They have what is it, Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, they celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
And they always want small pigs for that to roast in the ground. And they used to come here every year until last year when we don't have any.
Yeah, we just don't have any now. Yeah.
We were hoping to have some.
Well, we should have had by now, but
our pig, we don't know what's going on. You keep a lot of salt on hand.
Jordana says, "Oh no, don't kill the pigs. Look, if you're on my property
and you ain't doing what
you're supposed to do, you're gonna go to take a dirt nap or you're gonna get eat. It's gonna be one or the other."
We keep a lot of salt. Yes, we have what?
We keep about
several hundred.
We keep probably right now we have close to 400 pounds of salt on hand.
I think we got more than that.
It may be more than that because I bought 200 here a while back.
Okay, it would be between 4 and 5.
Between 4 and 500, yeah.
I see road trips in Danny's future. Everyone is going to hire him to build them an epic smokehouse. Look, it has taken him because
oh man,
I've got pictures. He's just raking, just smooth raking.
Jordana says
concrete. He's just
pigs are almost human. Have you looked them in the eyes? I look them in the eyes every time I shoot them. I mean, yeah, no, they're just food for me. I don't.
We call the chicken coop the coupe de ville. Entire pig is
cooked epic.
Epic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Solent green. It's supposed to be solvent. Is it soylent or solvent?
Solent.
Soylent green.
Soylent green. I don't know.
That movie. We didn't realize it was a movie. We had to ask. We had to ask somebody, Mr. John, because we don't watch movies.
We didn't know what
I did not have a clue what that was.
Y'all, Danny and I live in our own little world here. Okay? Yes, he keeps up with world events, but when it comes to anything Hollywood, television,
no, I don't do that.
All that kind of stuff. It took me, when I moved out here 6 years ago, I told him I love to watch Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
He refused to watch it to start with because he thought it was, what'd you say? What'd you call it? Big Bang Theory.
I remember, but I don't remember what I called it. I remember saying that to you.
He thought it was a religion.
Like a cult.
Like a cult. And I said, no, it's a comedy. And he said, well, I thought it dealt with different occult type things, thinking about the Big Bang and all
that's what it was. I did think the Big Bang Theory. I did think
I got him to watch one episode, and he was hooked. He loved the show.
Yeah,
this was when we were still watching TV.
That's been years ago. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, salt is one of the first things you do need to prep. You need to have water.
Water number one.
Water is number one.
You gotta have salt.
And you need
Contrary
salt.
to what you believe here, they tell old people they don't need salt. No, that's a lie. Anytime you go to the doctor and you're dehydrated, guess what they give you?
Salt water.
They give you salt water in your blood.
Yeah.
Because your body's dehydrated.
But you need salt for cooking. You need it for canning. You need it for curing meats.
All kinds of stuff.
Your neighbor may need some. Guess what? It's like a great barter tool.
It used to be a currency for the Roman soldiers years ago.
Yeah. So salt is a good one to have. Sugar. Y'all, I keep a supply of sugar, but now I found some things out and I want to do a video, but I got to do a little bit more studying on sugar. Y'all gonna have to watch your sugar because they're changing things, and you get these bags of sugar that just says sugar. You might want to watch what you're getting. Just saying. But let me do a little more research in what I'm looking at. Oh, you want to? Well, I know we went over. I was gonna say, do you want to tell them about Dr. Rick's theory?
No, I'm gonna probably do a video on that.
Okay, Danny's gonna do a video on Dr. Rick's theories.
Dr. Rick, one of our subscribers, sent me a message, and I'm probably gonna do a video on it.
Yeah.
Because I actually done some research myself, and it's actually accurate.
1984, George Orwell. That's an eye opener.
Yep. You can't find any good TV programs anymore. Every now and then, I'll pull up something like Tombstone, because I just feel like
he's watching westerns.
I'll watch Tombstone or something, or Gunsmoke, or whatever. I may, just something other that's the Waltons or little prairie on the little house on the prairie or whatever you call it. I'll watch some of that stuff every now and then, but I do it on the computer. I don't do it on TV.
Oh, with the sugar, it
must be pure cane sugar.
It also.
But there's a difference between granulated
and powder. I mean, it's not called powdered sugar. No. You will get it in the bag, and it will say cane sugar. It'll
say cane sugar on it, but it's not. It's got to say granulated cane sugar.
If not, it could be almost like in a powder form.
Yeah.
And when you start using it in your recipes, if you've noticed your recipes aren't doing what they used to do, watch your sugar. Check out what you've just bought and see if it just says sugar. And see if it's finer than what you're used to using. Because it makes a difference. Whether you know it or not, it makes a difference in your cooking.
Lou says, all of your salt non-iodized. Yes, except for what we use here in the house. Our curing iodized salt, if you can with iodized salt, it leaves an off taste to your food. So you want to make sure you use non-iodized salt.
Yeah, Evelyn Vincent says she noticed a couple of years ago that something had changed with sugar. It made her sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is something with our foods. People are going to the doctor, and the doctor saying, "Oh, here, take a pill. Here, take a pill." They never look at the foods.
Right.
99% of what people are feeling every day. Well, I won't say 99, but say 70% of it could be fixed with their diet. That's just saying. Sanford and Son. I like that show. All right, so.
Okay.
What about apple cider vinegar?
How about apple cider vinegar?
Yeah.
Well, how about it?
As a prep.
Yes. But you get apple cider vinegar, make sure you get it with the mother.
That's the best. Now, the others can be used for cleaning and stuff. You can use them in cooking. But if you want them for medicinal purposes, it has to be with the mother in it. And if you don't know what that is, check out Bragg's, Braggs. Yeah, we use iodized for like table salt only. Anything we can with is non-iodized.
Yes, non-iodized on that. Okay, we gotta pray. We don't want to way over our limit here tonight. Oh man.
Yes, we have a greenhouse on the back of our barn, but we also plan on
we plan on building another one, a bigger one.
Yes.
Yeah. Trying to make sure this. Okay.
Somebody said the doctor said not to drink milk anymore. It has too much sugar. They add stuff to the milk,
it's all fillers. I mean, they take everything good out, and it's just fillers. That's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Father, we're thankful tonight that you've been good to us. You've given us a good chat tonight, Lord. And thank you for such good people. Thank you for just being a blessing to us through them. Thank you for the information tonight on different brands and varieties of trees that we was able to find out. And I pray, Lord, that we can be a blessing back to them also. And Lord, there was many mentioned here tonight with some physical issues. Some had the flu, some had cancer. Just lots of different issues that was mentioned here tonight. We want to pray for each one of them. Um, we remember Andy. He had to possibly go back to the ER tonight with pancreas problems. Sinclair's wife. Lord, we could just go on and on. There was many of them mentioned here tonight, and we pray that you will heal their bodies, Father. It's a time of the year when everybody's getting ready for the spring to come in and planting to start. Lord, we all need healthy bodies. We need to be like the nation of Israel when you took them out of Egypt. There was not one feeble amongst any of them, Lord. And that was 2 million plus people. So, Father, we're asking that you keep everyone here tonight healthy, keep us strong. Lord, there's been those that have lost loved ones here lately. And Father, we pray that you can help them to find some sort of comfort and peace and in being alone, Lord, and letting them know that you're with them there and that you're right beside them, that you don't take a mate without making another way for them in this world, Father. And Lord, we just want to pray for those that have financial issues. There's lots of those. Father, there's lots of people got financial problems. And Lord, none of us are immune to that. And with the condition that our country's in, it's quite possible that we could all have financial problems here before long. So we pray for the finances of everyone here tonight, Lord. And Father, we pray for the state of Virginia as Monday they have this rally up there, Lord. I pray for this wicked governor, Father, that you would remove him from office. And Father, I have my own personal opinions about what's going on up there. I think 2020, the elections is going to be a complete. I think they're going to get rid of the Democrats and bring in Republicans. But Lord, I just pray that no matter who goes in office, that this governor will not get his agenda through, Father, and that they will be able to put this thing on hold, and it'll all come to a stay, and it will end up peaceably. Because if it goes bad, Lord, it could be bad for the nation. So we want to pray for the state of Virginia at this point, and pray for our nation, our presidents, and pray for those that are going to be standing against this thing, Lord, and pray that you give them boldness, Father, that they're able to accomplish the thing that they so desire to do there. And Lord, we just want to thank you for once again for all that was in the chat tonight. They've been a blessing to us. I just wanted to say that, and I want them to be blessed, each and every one of them tonight. So look down upon them and find grace and mercy for each and every person in our chat tonight. Bless us all that we might have a good night's rest. And Lord, the people that's been in the Philippines where the volcano's been erupting, we pray for those people, Lord, because they're still having issues over there. This thing ain't over yet. All the earthquakes that's been happening, praying for the people where all those have been happening at, Lord. And Father, I could go on and on about the tragedies that's hitting this world at this time. But we know we're in the latter times of an age, and that you've told us in Matthew these things must come to pass, not to be afraid. And Father, we're just living by faith. So go with us and forgive us where we've all failed you. We ask this in thy name. Amen. Okay.
Guys, we want y'all to check out Ron Foster, Preppers Road March, and all his other books, especially this one, The Survival Guide. Y'all will love them.
You'll love them. Great. I'm telling you.
And Ron's been floating around in the chat here tonight, even though he has a different name.
He has a different name. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Guys, y'all tell him he ought to come to the gathering.
Yeah.
Y'all would love to meet him, and we would like to meet him. We've got to talk to him, but I would like to meet him too.
Yep, he sounds like an awesome guy.
I'm going to be doing a review over on Crazy Days before long on this one. I've got a few ideas out of this book that I want to bring out, and I think you guys would really enjoy that. And I've got a whole supply here to give away at the gathering, and I'm probably going to do a review on 2 or 3 of them because once I read something, I like to show y'all what I've read. The Gathering, March 21st. If you hadn't signed up,
yep.
You don't have to
sign up. You don't have to sign up, but you go over to Brighton.
But Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, yeah.
Go to Eventbrite, sign up. The tickets are free. Danny and I are paying for the building. That's what these t-shirts, if you want a t-shirt, if you buy a t-shirt, that helps me pay for the building. But the event is free. Sign up so we have an idea of who's coming and how many. But you can show up the day of. We're not going to turn anybody away. We're just going to have fun. And so, guys, I guess we got to go find something else to do. Who's doing what? You're laughing.
Is it wrong for me to be happy?
No, I'm just curious. Somebody said something.
No.
I can see all the twinkle in his eyes.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here reading the comments as they go by. Our moderators are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah. Kyle says his wife is in the Philippines.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see.
I have a sister in the Philippines too. I guess she's still there. You know, she was stateside, but she may be back in the Philippines by now.
Yeah, I think she was headed back.
Fairy Tale Creations just popped in there, I think.
No, she's been in here. She
I see. It says in order a shirt. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's been several of them. Okay. Yeah. I think we've covered everything. And the winner of this book, please, it was Rustic
Tradition Homestead. We need your information, so
yeah, send it at
email it to us.
deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com and
deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. You don't speak very loud, so.
I thought I talked loud enough.
Nope, you don't talk.
He says I don't. People don't hear me. Can you tell how to get seeds from carrots?
Yeah, carrots is a 2-year process, so you don't get it the first year you plant them. You got to leave them in the ground till the next year, and the seeds come on in this second year. They're called biennials.
Okay. So we got to go, guys.
Yep, we got to get out of here.
I got to figure out if I can shut all this down.
We will see y'all in the next video.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.